chip chip hi.
Tilly says later. Welcome to Sunny Patch Farm, a place where red barns stand proudly against the sky and white fences keep the animals safe and sound. Farmer Joe is the heart of the farm. With his worn hat, sturdy boots, and kind smile, he knows every animal by name and cares for each one. And inside this happy little farm lived 4 feathery friends in their cozy coop shed. Tilly the turkey, sleepy, lazy, and always says, later. Clara the chicken, wise and responsible, and she always takes charge. Daisy the duck, a little nervous but hardworking and brave, and Queenie the quail, cheerful, friendly, and always ready to lend a wing. Together, they clucked and chirped through their days, helping around the farm and learning big, important lessons, one feather at a time. One day, dark clouds rolled across the sky, and the wind whispers a warning. A big storm was coming.
The river's rising! Everyone to the sheds! Flood's on the way!
The large animals, cows, horses, and goats, gathered in the big red shed on the hill. The poultry animals had their own cozy little coop shed, safe and dry, as long as the door was locked tight. Daisy the duck flapped her wings firmly.
Let's go, team! We've got to prepare!
Queenie the quail flurried around the coop, stuffing straw into every crack she could find. Clara the chicken waddled cheerfully from corner to corner, lining the wooden walls with thick bundles of hay. But Tilly the turkey? She yawned from her straw nest, stretched her wings, and flopped back down.
I'll help. Later,
she mumbled sleepily, closing one eye. There was no time to wait. The storm was coming. One by one, her friends asked for help.
Tilly, can you bring in the dry grain sacks?
Asked Daisy.
Okay, I'll do it later,
said Tilly, curling deeper into her straw nest.
Tilly, could you help cover the windows?
Clucked Clara.
Yep, later,
mumbled Tilly, her eyes already drooping shut. Outside, the clouds grew heavier and thunder rumbled softly in the distance. Finally, Queenie the quail stepped forward. She looked at Tilly with steady eyes.
Tilly, can you do just one thing? Just one. When the rain starts, watch the door, then lock it tight. That will keep the flood water out.
Tilly blinked and opened her eyes halfway in her nest.
Sure, I'll do it. Later,
she mumbled with a sleepy smile. Queenie gave a little sigh and turned back to help the others. The wind howled a little louder now. The first raindrops tapped gently on the coop roof. Then, whoosh, the wind picked up, bending trees and rattling windows. Thunder rolled across the hills, and flashes of lightning lit up the sky. Inside the little shed, the 4 friends huddled together, warm and ready. And everything was in its place, except for the door. The door, left unlocked, swayed open in the wind. Then, slosh! A thin stream of water slipped across the coop floor.
Tilly, the water's coming in,
cried Clara. Tilly woke with a splash, jumping to her feet. She flapped and stumbled toward the door, trying to push it shut. But it was too late. The water was already ankle deep and rising fast. Daisy, Clara, and Queenie scrambled to higher spots, each grabbing onto a perch or beam to stay out of the swirling flood. Tilly panicked, slipping and splashing, trying to swim through the rising water. Just when it felt like the coop couldn't take much more, the coop door swung open, and there stood Farmer Joe, soaked from the storm, lantern in hand.
Hey there, little ones. Oh no, your coop's the only one that flooded. All the others are dry and safe. Come on, let me help you out.
One by one, Farmer Joe gently scooped them up. He carried them all into his warm, dry farmhouse. He set out soft towels and carefully dried each feather and wing with the gentlest touch. Then he tucked them into a cozy basket lined with soft haze. Farmer Joe was happy, and everyone was safe. By morning, the storm had passed. The ground sparkled with raindrops, and the air smelled fresh and new. Farmer Joe slipped on his boots and stepped outside with a quiet smile. He made his way from barn to barn, coop to coop, checking on every animal. The big red barn was dry. The goat shed, safe and warm. The other poultry coops, tidy and untouched.
Come on, gang. The storm's all settled. Let's go check on your coop and see how things are looking.
The sun glistened on the muddy path as Farmer Joe led the four friends back to their coop. When they reached it, everyone grew quiet. The little shed was a soggy mess, food soaked, straw scattered, feed bins tipped over. Clara's feathers drooped. Daisy let out a small sigh. Queenie looked calm, but concerned. Tilly's eyes grew wide as she stepped inside.
Oh no! I didn't think it would get this bad. I'm really sorry. I should have locked the door when you asked.
Daisy gave her a gentle look.
It's okay, Tilly. But now you know, later isn't always safe and can sometimes have big consequences.
Right, and keep in mind that we have to help as soon as we can. Not later, not tomorrow,
added Clara. Tilly nodded slowly.
I've learned my lesson. No more later. Next time I'll be ready.
Farmer Joe looked at the four feathery friends standing in the mess. He knelt down beside them with a warm smile.
Hey now, I know you're all feeling a little sad, but don't worry. Let's just work together to fix this. Is that okay?
There was a quiet pause. Then suddenly, Tilly stepped forward.
Yes, Farmer Joe. We'll fix this right away.
Queenie flapped her tiny wings and cheered.
That's it, Tilly. That's the spirit. We'll do it together.
Clara and Daisy joined in with a cluck and a quack. Then, laughing and chirping, the four friends waddled into the coop, pushing soggy straw aside, wringing out blankets, and fluffing up the nest boxes. The four friends laughed and got to work, side by side. As the sun warmed the coop once more, they all smiled, cozy and proud. It didn't take long before the coop was clean, dry, and cozy again. And Tilly? She never said later again, because now she knew that doing important things right away made everything better. The end. Today, we learned that it's important not to wait to do important things. When we help and do things right away, we keep everyone safe, happy, and cared for, just like good friends do.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.